what movie you guys watch, right? Because technically I won the Twitter poll.
It's a tie.
Can you please?
It's not a tie.
Just for the edification of the listener, can you please explain your logic?
Because it says that on the Twitter poll, the official Twitter poll, it says that you had 11% of the votes, Mark had 45% of the vote, Mark had 44% of the votes, and I had 45% of the votes. Therefore, I win the draft.
But you didn't do the math, did you?
Do the math.
I did the math. I know how many you guys tied. You both had 24 votes on Twitter only, not even including anything else. I had the remainder, and that is definitionally a tie. So now you've gone from I demand the victory because Twitter rounded it in my favor.
No. Because you said that if it was, how many votes was it?
55.
And you said 24 and 24?
Yes.
And then you had 7?
Yes.
But 11% of 55 is 6.
No, it's 7. It's 6.05. That rounded up to 7.
Yeah, it's 11.
6.05 rounds up to, yeah, right. 45 for me. 45%. 44 to Mark. Smithers, you got blown out. You were terrible.
I had all the actual good picks that then got taken. You just texted everybody you knew and said, hey, go vote for me, even though my draft sucked.
Hey, dear diary, first of all. And I won. It's 45, 44, 11%.
Oh my God. Okay.
I have a vote. I have a text from Matt McAndrew on 12:04 p.m. on the 11th of December saying, laugh out loud, Brick had me, Za, James, and Krisky vote for him already. And then I said, do you really think he deserved it? Do you? Do you feel like he was the best option? And he said no. So you're in a separate group chat with actually people of like my friend age and group.
Oh, now we're going to go through they're my friends, not your friend. Here we go. Yeah, you guys are fucking idiots. I hate you both.
They should be my votes. And you...
That doesn't make any sense. That's 0% accurate. Doesn't matter.
If you had the balls, you would have went into our fantasy football Discord and told them to vote for you, but you don't. So you had to text them separately, Brick.
I'm irrelevant.
I'm so beyond over all of this. You're both.
You poached them.
Well, if you're over it, then I should officially win because
that's definitely what that means.
Exactly.
That's
you're over it. Mm-hmm.
It's a tie, aka a win for me. We're going in all squared at 4 wins each.
We never talked about what to do in the event of a tie, which considering like we don't get
a tie
when we don't get thousands of votes, that like a tie is inevitably going to happen. So we didn't talk about what the outcome would be, which we definitely should have done, but we're idiots.
Dude, I'm so surprised Brick did the math. I was like, yo, he'll never do the math.
I think he's still working it out in his head. He's got his abacus out.
No, you guys tried to do some fucking accounting math bullshit on me.
I didn't do anything. I don't give a fuck who won this because I clearly lost.
The percentages are actually even. If you really look at the numbers, 45 and 44% is actually even.
It's rounding. So yes, that is math.
Oops. Yeah, bank error in my favor. Game blouses.
Yeah, okay, sure. Anyways, what kind of...
You took it. So that means you guys got to do the punishment. It's just official now.
Yeah, I'll get right on that. What kind of psychopath eats dinner at fucking 8 p.m.?
Non-vulture.
A psychopath that has to watch his kid up until 7:30, 2 days a week. And has to bathe him, put him to bed, and then start cooking dinner for his wife that gets home from her job. That's the person.
You're so full of shit.
I swear to God. You want to text Kelly right now? Ask her when she got home from work today?
No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about like the idea of you wearing an apron and being all sweaty while Nolan like runs amok and you're like mixing up stuff and making bread from scratch. You're so full of shit. You probably ordered Chipotle.
6 o'clock, I cooked him his grilled cheese. He has a little stuffy nose, so I gave him a bottle of milk after that, and he went to bed at like 7 o'clock when Kelly got home. She got home at like 7:15.
See, I feel like a good dad would know that milk is going to make his congestion worse.
And then I cooked Kelly her dinner, which was a home chef cheeseburger.
Just challenging
now I have Blake saying that I'm immoral, because I just made him do some math.
In
even
Brick's
though
defense,
he was texting people on the side to win the draft.
in Brick's defense, outside of this, you are absolutely immoral. Like nothing to do with the drafts or whatever. It's just you are an immoral person.
In some cases. Wait, what movie are we watching, by the way? Because it's not old. You were supposed to watch that last week, by the way, Smithers.
Yeah,
West Side Story. It's the winner gets to choose. West Side Story.
Oh, dude. Oh, okay. Damn, I don't want to see West Side Story.
Okay, fine. You win. That's your punishment movie? It's a fucking Spielberg movie.
Yeah, no, I get to choose. And I was just throwing out ideas. And you just admitted that I won. So I get to choose whatever I want.
I mean, if you're going to pick a movie that I wouldn't mind watching, then yeah, sure. I don't give a fuck.
Well, I already won. So I'll choose after the episode.
I say we ban Brick from this because he cheats anyways.
Brick.
We've seen him go out and vote with his alternate James Bond, fucking James Corden.
I didn't do that.
James Corden's your new one, isn't it?
That should be. Being bad at karaoke.
You're just
All
doing the Halo
entertainment
song.
news.
Oh! What else happened this week?
Game trailers dropped.
News to us. Boop.
That was
you know
those are the Game Awards, right?
Yeah. Does anybody care about the Game Awards?
Does anyone
If
care
there's
about
a
any
bunch of
awards?
sick-ass new
No.
trailers coming out, I do.
The trailers
That's
are the
the
only
only
reason I
difference.
watch it, though. Like, it's the same reason. Like, why would you show up to a movie early? Because it maybe has some trailers you want to see. Like,
Have they
Game
ever
trailers
done
are
a
different though
console
because
launch?
they have like those are like live launching the trailers. It's not like you can look up trailers at a movie. But I get your point.
I mean, I do the
Game
same thing for
Awards-
this, though. I didn't see these trailers while I was watching the Game Awards. I looked at them
Right.
all afterwards.
True.
Dude, but you have to remember the breathtaking shit that went
Oh.
down with Keanu Reeves. I mean, that happened at Game Awards. So there have been some great things that have happened there.
I'm still scarred by that overall rollout and how that game was supposed to be like the second coming of, I don't know, whatever, GTA
There was
5.
a news headline saying he's never played a second of it.
Well,
Like,
he's
they
in his
made him lie
50s. You
about
think he's
playing
sitting around playing video games?
But there was a previous story when that game was releasing, and what was the game?
CD Projekt Red.
Yeah, they basically it sounded like they told him to say that he was playing the game.
I
Like, he
mean,
wasn't.
that's exactly what you do. Like,
Yeah.
you think the people who fucking, I don't know, who's somebody who, like Michael Jordan when he was doing McDonald's commercials. You think Michael Jordan was eating McDonald's
Yeah,
when he was fucking 2% body fat? No.
Yeah, just because you're a sponsor doesn't mean you need to actually eat or do any of the food. You mean you should wear the clothes or whatever, but there's probably like some legal obligations and some obviously contracts, but overall, yeah.
I wonder if
I
there's a
wonder if
clause in
Jan-
there that says like, hey, if you get spotted at a Burger King, you owe us like half of this money back.
dude. I wonder if Jackie Chan played his fucking phenomenal game on PS2, the Jackie Chan Stuntmaster, or actually that was PS1. Did you guys ever play that?
No, but I can picture what the graphics look like right now.
Dude, it was very boxy graphics, but it was so fucking sick. It was
You
a
know
great
what?
game.
Underrated car game, Stuntman.
Oh, great games.
That game was incredible. When are they gonna make a new Stuntman? 'Cause-
That, and do you remember Driver?
yeah,
That was fucking incredible.
the original ones. Yeah, those was actually just driving around. This was like I was like, I was playing it and I was like, oh, this is just like bad GTA 3 though. And that's what I was.
You're a
comparing
wheel
it to.
man. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, you just don't deal with the other bullshit. It's just driving and nothing else.
Exactly, but when both of them come out, I was addicted to Grand Theft Auto 3. It was amazing.
All right, so we started talking about trailers. We might as well just keep going here. We had the Game Awards. We will just kind of keep going here with a trailer that I know that neither of you give a shit about. Star Wars Eclipse. This was weird in the way that, like, if you would have told me that this was a trailer for the next Avatar movie, I'd have been like, yeah, that tracks. 'Cause I don't know what the fuck's going on here. It's just in space and everything's dark and
It
sure.
kept showing close-ups of like one person's eye over an eclipsing sun, and it's called Eclipse. It's like, yeah, all right, we get it. It's in space.
Is this their version of an RPG game? Like, it's not going to be like Battlefront where you have
No.
a storyline, but you still have to kind of stick to whatever campaign they gave you.
I
That
think
was-
this is
I
more
figured-
like The Force Awakens, where they had the guy from Shameless be the main character, and they have like you go on a quest and you can like go to these open world kind of areas and explore and unlock things. It's probably going to be. I think it's going to be something similar to that. I'm not.
Can you
100%
make
sure 'cause it
choices
was-
though? Like, could you turn to the dark side if you wanted, or
That wasn't how the other one went, but maybe they would do it this way. I don't know. The whole thing, it's hard to show this kind of visage or imagery and think anything other than just pure evil, because that's exactly what they were going for.
Right. The art and obviously the graphics looked fantastic per usual. I mean, it is just the cinematic teaser, but all the Star Wars games always usually come with some pretty good visuals.
More importantly, we got some gameplay out of this Suicide Squad game, and it looks pretty dope.
It looks fucking sick.
It's got the Lego style of your different characters, so you have different powers, like different people are required to complete different tasks. There's lots of murder, whole lot of shooting people in the face. King Shark eats a guy.
It feels like Left 4 Dead, and not in only in the sense where each person has their own like characters, but you can space out more. You don't have to be like right on top of each other running as a group, because you guys have superpowers. You guys have a lot of mobility and a lot of different ways to traverse the map and get and do like those combo moves that they were doing as a group. You know what I mean? Just like fucking up all these different just goons and putties, basically.
It still doesn't make sense to me how Harley Quinn fits into any of this. She's just like this 5'2" girl with a baseball bat, and everybody else has got guns or is a giant shark. It's so stupid.
Or a boomerang.
I think he at least has a shotgun.
Harley Quinn has like pistols. I'm sure she uses.
She didn't have any in this trailer. I don't know. Could be wrong.
I'm sure they do.
I wonder how many of the so it seems like, well, they basically told us, they said that Brainiac had power control over the Flash's mind. I'm assuming they kind of hinted at
seems
that.
like the Justice League, yeah. Brainiac's just taking
So
over the
are
Justice
we to
League.
assume it's going to be all the Justice League that's under his mind control, or maybe there's like
we already saw Superman.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was the first teaser that they had.
What about Batman? I'm just saying, do you think all of them are going to be that way?
I would
Or do you think
imagine
they're gonna team up with one of the Justice League members that doesn't have mind control.
It's going to be Batman. Batman's going to be the one who doesn't get mind controlled, because he's got to be the Mary Sue, and he's got an answer for everything.
No, Batman's going to have his own level. I think they're going to lay it out. The game is going to be each member of the Justice League has their own like level-ish area. And so at the very end, you're like fucking dealing with the Flash the whole time. And then at the very end, it showed that he had like this mega tornado. It could be a sick boss battle. I'm assuming that they kind of evolve the level around you, and they just grow the level difficulty of like fighting the final bosses. It's just a good turn on its head. You're usually the hero killing the villains. Now you're the villains killing the heroes. It's just kind of cool to have them in that villain role.
So you mentioned Left 4 Dead. Do you think this has co-op appeal?
It has to be co-op. I don't see how this wouldn't be like online co-op, run 4 players, and each person is their own character.
I mean, that would be a first for a Batman game, right? I guess a DC game.
That's true. I guess
This
that
is the
does make
Rocksteady
sense.
game, isn't it?
I don't know the answer to that.
I think it's
That's-
Rocksteady.
Might be.
I definitely
And
should know that, but I don't.
And Warner
It
Brothers.
is Rocksteady. It is Rocksteady.
There you go. Well, I wonder if they're doing the next game on our list, which is Wonder Woman, which kind of seems like the next logical... You know, I was about to say that seems like the next logical game. I think an Aquaman game would be dope.
Because you can make a whole underwater world, and you can play both halves, on land. You can do like port cities and stuff, and then have sick underneath caves and stuff to dive into.
Think about the graphics that would be with that, like just the ridiculous things that you could do with an undersea, and in a coral reef or something, or deep sea, and there's weird ass fish everywhere. Somebody needs to make that game.
And stuff. Yeah, that would be amazing. Well, hopefully Suicide Squad's good, and hopefully Wonder Woman's good. It is from the same creators of Batman, so if it's anything like Batman, Batman's always been just brilliant. I've loved every one of the Batman games that have come out.
I do love them. They are button masher games.
But you feel like there's a little bit of skill when it comes to like the combos and stuff like that, which is fun to like kind of beat yourself.
Yeah.
I think they're just trying to expand the reach a little bit. I feel like Wonder Woman's just a little bit more relevant right now, especially with that movie that just came out, and Gal Gadot is on every single E-Entertainment headline. She's always in the news. Not for anything bad, but with Aquaman,
they did that one Imagine cover that was really stupid and well thought out.
Yeah, but it's going to get a bigger female, I would say, gameplay audience. But guys are still going to play this game no matter what, too. With Aquaman, it's like, will as many dudes play that game? It'd probably look cool, but Aquaman's not that popular of a character. in the DC universe. So I don't know. I think they're doing it right with Wonder Woman.
I want to say about this in terms of the button mashy things. I feel like Spider-Man raised the bar for me on this. Spider-Man was better than any of the Batman games, in my opinion, obviously.
I haven't gone back to the Batman games.
I know that the combat and the interaction and the different kind of puzzle solving and the movement mechanics and the different suits and stuff like that, it was better. And that's good. That's what should happen. Every time you make a game, you should iterate. You should make the next one better. So, great. There's your bar. Clear it.
Exactly. And that's what we want to see.
Arkham Knight's better.
Arkham Knight was not better than Spider-Man. The stupid driving levels.
No, the stories are better in the Batman games, though.
You didn't like the Batmobile in Arkham Knight?
That one was sick. Riding around the Batmobile was amazing.
When you go into war mode and stuff, battle mode, and you like move it side to side.
Spider-Man, greater than sign Batman.
Traversing New York City with those webs is something spectacular. It was so smooth.
I do like, even though Gotham was, I mean, they did that phenomenally. To put it in a video game like that, I couldn't have pictured Gotham City looking more like Gotham City than what they did. But I do like the fact of like having gone to New York and knowing those buildings and what they're like, and you actually being able to like go throughout Manhattan, and it's literally Manhattan to a T, like every single building and street. That's really cool.
Some fucking dude tweeted a real life picture outside of his window that was like, and then he scrolled over to his TV, and there it was on Spider-Man. Like, that's fucking insane.
Yeah, that's crazy to think about.
That is like some Matrix shit.
Wow, nice segue, Brick. We got a quick look at Unreal Engine 5. So if you don't know what Unreal Engine is, I guarantee that you've played a game that runs on that engine. This is the newest iteration. Again, you're just iterating. The next version always has to be the best, and it looks incredible. They put out like a 10-minute teaser of the Matrix game and a lot of pomp and circumstance around the new engine and gameplay and all that, but they did show some actual clips in there, and they made a point to lead off the trailer by saying this is gameplay that's shot on either an Xbox Series S or a PS5. Like, they're not doing the computer renderings when they're actually building the game. This is what gameplay will look like, and I think that's incredible. Mark, you were in the car with me and TJ when we were discussing Into the Matrix, the video game. I thought that game was incredible. And if I went back and played it now, I'm sure it sucked ass. But at the time, it was fucking incredible.
The best Matrix moment in any game was Conker's Bad Fur Day when they go into the Matrix bank vault. And shout out to anyone who knows that reference.
It's a deep cut. Bad Fur Day?
Yeah, yeah.
I feel as though this Matrix movie is not getting the hype that a Matrix movie would have gotten 15 years ago, obviously. But I'm not really that excited for it, to be perfectly honest. The video game could, again, be better than the movie.
I don't know. I would like it to be more of an open world Matrix. I feel like that would be kind of cooler. I don't know. It seemed like it was more of a linear game from the footage. I only watched half of it, though, because I was like, all right.
10 minutes long. 10 minutes is way too long to talk about a fucking video game. If I can't play it, I don't want to hear you talk about it.
It was just like looking at cinematic. Oh, press R2. It felt like it was just like one of those, I don't know. Didn't seem like it was very intuitive when I was like just watching it play. Even though it's probably just beta stuff. It looks great, but I don't know. I want to see more of I guess I didn't like finish out all of it, but yeah.
The game I'm talking about, Into the Matrix, I mean, it was just to shoot them up. Like, all you did was shoot people the whole time. Like, there's no puzzle solving or anything like that. Maybe they can make it a little bit more in depth. I don't know.
So it's more of just like a story than it is like a telltale game, basically.
I mean, it was more than that. It's what can I compare it to?
Dave and Buster's shooter with like
the zombies in the house.
Yeah.
Max. It's kind of like Max Payne. Max Payne had way more of a story. It doesn't matter. Last game trailer.
Soldier of Fortune. You remember those games?
No, I don't.
Yeah, I do. I remember Soldier of Fortune.
Dude, those are like you just blow dudes' arms off with shotguns. It was super graphic.
Yeah, of course. I wonder why you are as fucked up as you are.
Shell shocked.
To your point about the movie, though, I just think we're kind of not on like the same level of Ghostbusters, but it's that nostalgic factor where the last movie sucked that The Matrix came out with. The one before that was not that good. So I think people are kind of just keeping the hype down a little bit, you know, hoping in the back of their mind like this one's going to be great, but at the same time, I think it's just hard for people to hype this one up considering what happened with the last few. And that's kind of like Ghostbusters. I mean, nobody really liked the one they did before Afterlife, so everyone was kind of quiet. Like, let me just go see this.
I completely forgot about that movie.
And then let people know if it was good.
Keanu's just cashing in. He's doing all these virtual stuff where he just has to give his voice basically, and then you let him use his liking. And
doesn't even have to play the actual game.
Exactly. Yeah. And then he's got this, and he's just going back and doing all remakes of all of his old movies. What was the one where Bill and Ted's Great Adventure? He redid that one. Matrix redid that one. He's just like, fuck it. At this point, just Keanu cashing in. Respect it.
Constantine next. Let's go.
Oh my god, dude! I would do a fucking backflip. I love that movie. Bring back Shia. Come on.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. What about Hardball? Where are they now?
I knew you were going to say Hardball.
Where's G Baby? Oh wait.
Yeah. Ronan.
But instead of being outside sluggers, like watching the game from outside because of his bets, he'll just be on DraftKings or something, or on some sports betting app in the dugout.
This is what we're just going to do. Update from now on. Every week, every episode, we just have to update an older movie. Last time we did Osmosis Jones, which I did go and rewatch, by the way. And this time we're doing, I don't know.
How did it hold up?
Honestly, pretty well. Dude, Chris Rock is really, I mean, it's not surprising, but he's really funny in that movie. And Bill Murray is disgusting. Just a gross human.
Slob kebab.
So disgusting. When he has a zit that explodes in Molly Shannon's face, I almost barked.
I remember that. Oh, gross, dude. Yeah. Okay.
But it's absolutely a deep cut. Check it out on Netflix if you haven't seen that in a long time. It's really, really good.
Dude, if they redid Blank Check, I was just thinking of Blank Check for whatever reason.
Too
what
rapey.
Would that remake be like?
Too rapey. No, you can't.
Would you still have the rapiness? But like when he gets hit by the car on his bike, maybe they like hand him the phone and like, yo, just put in your Venmo account and just Venmo yourself whatever.
He Venmos himself.
Like
$1 million wouldn't do it anymore. It'd have to be like 250 million.
Or he gets the Venmo account, but then backs out, goes into like their Coinbase account and just fucking transfers Bitcoin to himself. Something like that.
He gets hit by the car because he was flossing in the middle of the street.
But he still ends up getting with that fucking 40-year-old Shay lady. I think her name was Shay.
That bitch needs to be in prison.
Is it even possible? Is this? I don't think this movie is remakeable.
Blank Check?
There's something about Mary. You can't remake that, can you?
Why? Because
they did a movie. They did a movie not that long ago. It was Kate Upton and who else? And they were both obsessed with the same guy. It's kind of the same premise. I feel like that's something that gets recycled a lot.
Okay. Well, that's fair enough. Yeah,
obviously not to that extent, and you'd have to have some real weird stuff in a pro. Who would the pro athlete be now that it's not Brett Favre? Who's kind of a pervert and a weirdo?
Oh, wait, no. Okay. Yeah, well, Tom Brady would still be like, all right, it's Tom Brady. Holy fuck.
Then he just kisses his son on the mouth. Anyways, last trailer. Do you guys remember when we played Friday the 13th for like a hot second?
Hold on. Sorry.
Josh Allen.
Shay actually kisses the kid in Blank Check. I completely forgot about that.
She does?
On the lips. Yeah. I'm just looking up the story right now. They're like, TikTokers are outraged at the Disney Plus video or Disney Plus movie Blank Check showing an 11-year-old boy kissing mouth to mouth with an adult woman. Holy shit.
Well, now they can just get Jenny McCarthy to do that because she just molests young boys on stage all the time.
That is really weird. I did not remember that scene. Holy shit, you're right, Smithers.
All right,
moving on.
So getting away from pedophilia, Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Is this a game?
Yes, it is. It's essentially, it's from the people who made Friday the 13th. I mean, it kind of seems like the same thing.
Asymmetrical horror game where one person's the Texas Chainsaw Massacre guy and you all gotta escape his little murder farm.
This might be one of the best games we could stream together.
Oh, man.
It's like Dead by Daylight's a good game. It's like kind of horrifying. Like,
I love Dead by Daylight. I thought it was really good.
It was intense. You're just like stratting how to run around these goddamn weird ass levels. I love that game. Is
actually no, we couldn't stream it unless we were all running away from from the
You can stream it.
Texas Chainsaw
We
Massacre.
could stream it. We would just not look at this. We wouldn't look at our screens.
Is that a thing
Okay.
that we're doing now? Are we trying to stream more? I know that we
mean,
all
every
kind of
time-
have. I didn't know if that was just like serendipitous or if we were like making a concerted effort.
I like streaming. I streamed Arkham Knight like last week. I thought it was fun. There were some people that jumped in that I've never talked to before.
And I was just do morning streams of Halo sometimes. Go out doing it either.
As long as I
probably
stream the
Wednesday.
game I'm like passionate about, I like doing it. Like I was thinking about doing Halo, but I'm like, I suck at this. And like people are gonna probably tell me what I'm doing wrong, and I just don't care. So
I mean,
but
people
like
watch
to
Tim the
do it.
Tap Man. It's people watch streamers like that all the time who suck. It's just you got to be. The hardest thing is actually holding a conversation with yourself the entire time while you're trying to focus on playing a video game.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's just boring, and you're just sitting there like you hear a sniffle every now and then. But it's harder than it looks. So, anyways,
But it gets easier because then the more people you have in there, the easier it is to have conversation because people actually talk.
so Brick, I want to do a check-in on Halo and where you're at with it. I assume did you kick off the campaign, or are you still only playing multi?
Still only going multi. I haven't dove into the campaign just yet. Looked open world. Looks kind of cool. I haven't gone in. I'm just still grinding on Halo. It's just fun. It's just like all the matches are competitive. Not all of them, but most of them. It's the way they have it laid out, and how all like the power ups, the maps are good. They need more maps, I guess, but that's every game. You always need more maps. But it's
Did
good.
they bring back the classics? Blood Gulch.
No. So they all still just have like they're all new maps. The problem is like there's like 6 competitive smaller maps, and then they made like 4, I think, big ass maps. But then
For like games.
Yeah, but like Big Team Battle, but like no one. I mean, Big Team Battle just isn't as fun as the competitive games.
No.
So it's like 4 maps are wasted out of this 10 maps that they make. So it just seems like they have less maps than usual, I guess.
It sounds like the only way I'm going to play this game with you ever is if we play online co-op. Because I've seen all the stuff that people are complaining about and the shit that like Bungie's trying to get people to buy, even though they're just releasing it for free like a few days later. It's just a clusterfuck, man. Gaming is just not what it used to be, and everything has to be like pay to play now. I'm just not a fan.
It's literally free to play, and you can get the battle pass for $10 like every other game.
I'm talking about DLC, like buying skins and stuff.
Yeah, but you can get skins just by playing it, by grinding it. Like you can buy skins, but
I'm just going to stick with Forza. But anyways, I wanted to get into this because we got our first teaser trailer for the Paramount Plus show that is Halo. 15-year-old me is extremely excited right now. Cynical 35-year-old me thinks that they're probably not even going to show you the aliens until like season 2.
No, they're going to show you the aliens.
So let me lay out my argument for you, then you can tell me why you disagree.
Okay.
So this is Paramount Plus, right? It's already not, Showtime, HBO, whatever, not like big. It is big studio backed, but you have to understand that Paramount Plus isn't going to put the same money into a movie or a show that Disney does, like for their streaming service, right? They don't have the capital like that. I'm of the mind that they're going to have to put out at least a full season and get people on board and show that they have a good plan. Otherwise, if they dump all their money into season 1 and it fails, like you just kiss this property goodbye. It'll never see the light of day again.
It's a good argument. The other argument that I have is that if you watch the trailer, they have like 6 or 7 or 8 like incredible CGI shots of just cities and different galaxies and different like areas. It just seems like they already put a lot of money in there. I could see them. I don't know why they wouldn't go the extra mile and add an alien in this first season.
Just one singular alien. It's just one grunt.
One, maybe. I mean, they already have all like the basic stuff in terms of like what these creatures look like in the game and CGI creation anyway.
It has to look different, though, in real life. If they're going to put this in the show, it can't look like it does in the game. Obviously, the design is similar, but you can't...
have a good base
right.
To work with, that's what I'm saying.
I want them in suits, like the old Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles ones. I want elites in just giant suits wearing stilts, falling all over the place.
The energy sword, yeah.
Yeah, there you go. So you're excited for this, then?
Yeah, I mean, it looked good. I mean, yeah, I liked the way everything came out. CGI looked fantastic.
I want this to start in the pit map. And then like they can adventure out maybe through like Valhalla or something. I want them to use the actual map.
Yeah.
Zanzibar. I need a Zanzibar escape or like a one bomb. I'm curious how they use like, all right, we need to do a neutral bomb here, or like if they have that involved, or capture the flag if they involve some sort of like I want to hear the terminology that the game has, just little Easter eggs. That's what I'm looking forward to the most, probably.
We are really video game heavy this week because we're also going to be talking about a Sonic sequel featuring Idris Elba and the original voice of Tails. Did you know that was the woman who played the voice of Tails in the video games and cartoon?
No, but they did a good job casting then, because that sounds perfect. Yeah.
How could you do better?
Idris Elba is obviously the fucking man. I love that they laid down the foundation for Sonic in a more normal, down-to-earth movie in the first one, and now they're just bringing back Jim Carrey with a crazy fucking mustache, and Knuckles, and Tails, and all this other... I love it. This is the perfect way that you get into that, because you don't have to go so over the top with the original, and you can still transition and still have that in your back pocket, but you draw in a broader audience by not making it super weird in the first one.
Yeah, I mean, primarily the audience should be kids here. This is the first one was a really good kids movie. I liked it a lot, but still, this is 100% geared towards kids. This is like a movie for me when I was 12 years old. It's perfect. It's a Like Mike. It's a Lilo and Stitch. It's a whatever.
Oh man, Like Mike.
Like Mike. I remember after I got out of that theater, I was like, wow, I just need shoes like that too. Fuck.
Man, I wish I was a little Bow Wow.
That was like the inspiring movies. And I don't know what it was about the first one, but I remember it just ending on like a great note and you were just inspired, especially being a kid. Just like Sonic's freaking awesome. And I want to go home and play Sonic and be just like him. This is going to be great.
Okay.
I like how they're using their Knuckles is like an enemy now, but he's going to hopefully transition. We don't know.
I mean, he's going to obviously transition to that.
He has to, yeah. But it's nice to see how they integrated Tails, Sonic and Tails versus Knuckles and Dr. Robotnik. And I like evolving the character of how crazy he's going to get. I wonder if they're going to get him into a fat suit, into a weird, like, big egg fat suit for Jim Carrey.
I don't know.
He's like fat and bald.
I really feel like the furries are going to have a field day with Knuckles.
Big honking hands. Imagine getting fisted by Knuckles.
Oh boy. Mark, was this weekend the most furries you ever seen in one place?
I didn't see too many. I saw one right when we walked in, but that was about it.
I saw more than what I anticipated, and more than we normally see in Rosemont at Wizard World, so it was I was a little taken aback. I always enjoy...
I feel like you look for them, though.
Well, I enjoy pointing... So, our friend TJ and his girlfriend, his lovely girlfriend, came with us, and obviously she's normal. She doesn't know what a furry is. So I really relish being able to explain to people what a furry is, because it's so fucking weird, and I just love seeing their responses.
It's usually just like, okay. They don't know how to respond.
Yeah. And I'm like, you see that one? That tail? That's really a butt plug.
It's a natural reaction.
But anyways, let's get on to some actual news. This is just kind of housekeeping. Shang-Chi's getting a sequel. I think that's not really a surprise to anyone. However, Venom is getting a third movie for some reason.
They're going to integrate it into the Marvel universe.
Is that what we want, though? They already botched Carnage. That movie sucked.
I didn't see it yet.
Mark, I know you're on the same page as me with this.
I recalling you saying how much you actually liked the second one, so we're not going to be on the same page here. I thought it was shit.
I didn't see it.
Oh, you didn't see it?
No.
I was like, what are you talking about? Are you trying to make a joke right now?
We all know you didn't like it. I was like, what?
Do you think that this only exists so that they can get this into the Tom Holland Spider-Verse?
Yes. Yes, I do. I
Good
do.
talk.
Why else would they be doing this?
Good talk.
No, it's the trilogy thing. They're going to do 3, and then they're going to be done. There's no need to go 4 on this. I mean, it's not surprising. It is kind of surprising how much the second one sucked, and they're going to go through with this. But at the same time, it's a superhero movie thing where you're always usually going to have 3 of something. if you're trying to make some money.
I'm genuinely curious, so I've got to go pull up the box office numbers for this because it's driving me nuts. It had to have made a shitload more money than what it should have. 211 million? Okay, under 500, under half a bill worldwide, but still that's probably enough. Damn, that sucks. I mean, it sucks that their movie was successful because it sucked.
It had Carnage.
Make it good once they get Tom Holland involved in there.
Well, maybe we'll see. I was just kind of surprised by that, but
it had Carnage. It didn't just like make waves in the movie community. The comic community was freaking out too. The first appearance of Carnage was like $100 book or maybe a little bit more, and then it was selling for like close to 700, and then graded it was up to like 1,500, 2,000.
That's because everybody thinks they're fucking Gary V.
Yeah, it usually happens. Like the first appearance of Black Mask when they had the Harley Quinn movie. Like this usually happens. But Carnage was a huge deal in the comic community when this movie was coming out, and people were throwing all their chips in on this movie and thought it was going to be a lot better than the first, which I don't think was terrible, but this one was, it was bad. And now the market reflects on that comic book wise, because that comic is now back down to what it was before.
Damn. So you're telling me that if they would have made that Channing Tatum Gambit movie, this first appearance of Gambit that I have signed by Chris Claremont would be worth thousands of dollars.
Yes. Do you have the first issue of The Max? That's the next Channing Tatum comic book movie. That's selling for a good amount right now.
People are not going to like that movie. I can just tell. It's not something that's going to appeal to a broad audience. It's a very weird story, but I digress. Last bit of news, then we can move on. R.I.P. Cowboy Bebop, we hardly knew ye. Netflix has pulled the plug on this after one season. I'm a little bit surprised, to be honest. I feel as though if you're going to try and take something like this on, you generally commit at least to 2 seasons, if not 3. But it's obviously an expensive thing to produce, so it is what it is. Mark, did you finish? You did finish, right? And
I did finish it. Brick, I want to get your opinion since you haven't watched the anime. Did you watch any of this?
I watched the first episode.
What'd you think?
And then I didn't go back to it, but
it didn't get you hooked, right?
That pretty much tells me what I need to know.
I wasn't hooked. I wanted to watch more, but I never had the urge to go back to it, I guess.
Well, next on the docket for them to ruin is Mega Man. They're doing a live action Mega Man now, so.
Who's your Mega Man?
Danny DeVito.
Great choice, per usual.
How old is Mega Man? Or I know it's a robot, right?
Yeah, he's an android. Who cares?
But he's like a boy android, right?
He is a boy android, yeah.
I thought he's an android, though. Does that
Timothy Chalamet.
Timothy Chalamet. Finn Wolfhard, just one of the 2 kid actors who plays every kid in every fucking movie or TV show.
I'm thinking of maybe that kid that played the main character in that like Super Bad for Kids type movie that just came out a little while ago. Actually, it was like 2 years ago.
Good Boys.
We did what was it?
Good Boys.
Good Boys. Yeah, maybe that kid.
What about
it's like a little Justin Bieber.
What about the nervous kid from It Chapter 1, who like his mom was a big fat mean bitch?
How do we know so many actors and actresses and not a single child actor other than Timothy Chalamet and Finn Wolfhard?
Right.
I mean, all right. A bad thing to just not really be interested in child actors.
Go dig up the kid from Blank Check and see what he's up to. See if he wants to be fucking Mega Man.
That kiss fucked him up. He thought he had a chance.
He's got to be like 40 now. You should look up and see where he's at. He's probably got a crippling sex addiction or something from being scarred for life on the set of Blank Check.
Over under going on a date twice.
I'm sorry. Over under what?
He's been to jail twice in his lifetime. So
I'm gonna go under. I'm gonna have some faith in humanity.
You are wrong. The first picture that pops up when you click on his IMDb is him getting taken away in a court. He's got neck tattoos. Not that that's a bad thing. But
Preston Waters. Yep. That's a mugshot. Well, I could still be right if you said twice.
I mean, you want to go into his history?
Not really, no. I think this is going to be horribly depressing if we keep pushing down this path, so let's just move on.
Did we not watch the Secrets of Dumbledore trailer?
I did not. I think did it just come out today? We'll do it next week. Fuck it. Also, who cares?
Who cares? That's our review of that trailer. Who cares?
It's really hard for me to get into this. They should have kept Colin Farrell in the first place. The weird guy he rubs me the wrong way. Zoe Kravitz is good.
Who cares?
All right.
Here's some money. Go see a Star Wars.
Let's move on to our recommendations for the week. If you don't mind, I'm going to kick this off because I want to give some props to Brick for recommending Supercrooks. I'm in on it, man. It's super easy watch. You were spot on about like kind of background, but also I find myself really wanting to pay attention. So what I've started doing is just throwing it on when I'm on the treadmill at the gym and just like crank up the speed a little bit because it is kind of slow. A lot of anime is, and there's a lot of it to slog through. But this is really well done. I'm a fan. Yeah, it's funny. It's heartfelt. It's got heart, and there's some lore that's brought in that's really good. I'm big fan.
Yeah, and I like the score behind it. It's like funky. You know, I don't know why it's like they keep it consistent too, which is cool.
It gets pretty gruesome, which I also kind of appreciate. And Mark, you would too, obviously. You psycho.
Okay. Yeah, I'll check it out. All right,
Brick, what do you got?
Post-COVID South Park is an episode, and they've released it, and I watched it, and it's an hour long. It's funny. It's funny. You got to see it. There's one thing that just happens that's hilarious, insane, in such a funny character development.
Did it surprise you knowing like their writing? Was it like a moment that you were like, "Holy fuck, that's super clever," even for South Park?
Potentially, yes. I loved the right. I thought that was they have a really interesting take and twist on it, and for like them 40 years later, and it's classic South Park writing, and it's great.
Sold.
Definitely watch it. I think they're making more of them.
They have like 10 more hour-long movie specials that are going straight to whatever. They're on HBO Max, right?
Paramount Plus.
Paramount Plus? That's weird. Okay.
Paramount Plus is getting Halo. Paramount Plus has Yellowstone. Paramount Plus has got the South Parks.
Yeah, you can miss me with Yellowstone. I don't care.
I'm going to start that one for the podcast.
I have enough shows like that, like fucking Ozark, and I don't need another one.
Okay.
Just something where everything looks dark all the time. Mark, what do you recommend?
I'm going to recommend. It's a documentary movie on Netflix. It's called 14 Peaks. Nothing is Impossible. It's about this guy from Nepal. He's a mountaineer, and it's his quest on hitting the summit of 14 of the world's biggest mountains. They're all 8,000 meters, I think, and he does this in 7 months, but it's like his story of doing it, and it's pretty freaking insane. It's just like gorgeous too. It's obviously in 4K. This is recent, so the shots they have from the helicopters and everything like that of these of the mountain faces, it's just insane to look at too, because they have all these crazy overhead shots of him and his team going up these mountains.
Yeah, I don't know if I can watch that. I get really sad / angry when I see huge peaks that everybody climbs and there's just garbage everywhere, because when you're climbing up there, there's obviously nowhere to put it. So maybe just don't climb that fucking mountain, you dickbags. I don't know.
I don't know. I'm not worried about the garbage of the few people that are able to climb up to the top of the mountain versus all the garbage that we line our streets with down here on the surface floor, basically.
You don't think it's a little bit more of a stark contrast when it's like a beautiful backdrop and then there's just trash everywhere?
Yeah, but I mean, it's getting snowed over and iced over within a month, whatever they leave. It's still shitty. Yes, I agree.
Look up what Mount Everest looks like at the peak. It's gross, and I hate it. But yeah, I just take the fun out of everything. What do you do?
Thanks for doing that.
All right, what do we want to do? Best Man Alive? Where should we just
Brick?
Why? Because I won.
Dishonest draft, fucking cheater.
Nope, because I won. Because I won the draft, and I won.
Best.
We the best.
Worst.
The worst. She's the worst person in the world. Huge, skank, terrible. But thank you.
All right, Best Man Alive. Well, first of all, I want to give a shout out to a listener of ours, 2 listeners of ours actually, Mike and Lindsay. Had twins. Congrats.
Congrats.
Ooh,
congrats.
Double congrats.
So sorry that you are not going to sleep ever again. We need Cop Mike to check in and tell us which of the kids is Danny DeVito and which one is Arnold. So you've got to make that decision now.
Okay.
Let us know, 847-920-6107. I do also want to shout out, I know it's supposed to be Best Man Alive, but I feel as though this man had a huge impact on our lives, so we should probably mention Masayuki Uemura, who created the Nintendo Entertainment System and the Super Nintendo Entertainment System. He died earlier this week at the age of 78. Obviously a pioneer of his time, and considering that we spent so much time in this episode talking about video games, I feel like you got to give the man some props. So, absolute legend. Thank you for everything that you gave us. R.I.P.
What was your favorite Nintendo game?
Donkey Kong.
The original?
I think probably, or that, or Mario Kart was actually pretty sick on Super Nintendo too.
I played a shitload of Mario Kart. That was pre-battle and everything. I mean, that's probably why I'm so into racing games. You're not gonna,
Mark?
Yeah.
No,
I would say Mario, just like Super Mario.
Mario 3 was probably the GOAT of those consoles.
Mario All-Stars.
Yeah, pretty good
Had
too.
all of them. Yeah.
Pretty much every game ever. Yeah, every game ever is the best, except for Echo the Dolphin. That game sucks.
There was a Goof Troop game. That game was sick. The wrestling games were also pretty good too.
I played most of those on Sega, I think.
They were on both.
Yeah.
Same
Okay.
shit.
Let's get into our review here, and you're not going to hear any drops. I'll put them in post.
Hold on, I had a Best Man.
Oh, I asked you guys, and
Well, I was just letting you go because I know you had one.
all right, go for it.
Worst company alive, because I guess this company has done this more than once, actually a few times it seems like, is Hertz. A Hertz customer was arrested and put in jail for 40 days and held at gunpoint by the cops because they filed a theft charge on her when she didn't steal the car. I don't know what happened. I'm not going to read through this whole article, but yeah, she was innocent and she went to jail. She went to jail for 40 days because Hertz thought the car was stolen and had the police go and find her.
Well, guess what? Countersuit.
Dude.
That's going to hurt the wallet, if you know what I'm saying.
That's insane. And this happened here in America. Like, I could see this, like, something happening in some random country like that, where you, like, don't speak their language and there's that barrier and they just throw you in jail. And they're like, no, you're in jail. This lady was arrested in California and spent 40 days in jail.
There are 191 claims in federal court from Hertz customers who say they've been wrongly arrested as of Friday.
That's so fucked up.
100. That's almost 200 people who have just had the cops called on. I'm really missing a lot of this because I'm obviously just kind of glancing at this, but like, were they overdue?
Two of us.
Or I
It doesn't make any sense. It's like 40 days. Like, I could see 2 days, 40 days. Like, don't you get a phone call? Can't you tell them, like, you better investigate, Hertz better investigate this right now and figure out what the hell happened in their system, because I returned this car and it's not stolen.
Somewhere in the middle of this is the actual truth. But Hertz on November 2nd put out a statement saying that the vast majority of these cases involve renters who were many weeks or even months overdue returning vehicles and who stopped communicating with us well beyond the scheduled due date. I don't know something's fucky on both sides.
Yeah, but isn't there like a VIN number, a VIN or PIN or whatever the fuck it is on a car? Like, if they did return the car, could it, before they get sent to jail, shouldn't they maybe go to the Hertz and discuss the claim?
I mean, they'll definitely know if it's the right car or not, if that's what you're asking.
Yeah. I don't know. It seems like from this story, it says saying she returned the car. So I don't know if they just didn't log it correctly or something, but
I had to explain to my kids why I was gone for 40 days. What?
That's insane.
That is so fucked up, dude. This country.
It's not funny, but it's
swear to God.
It's so shitty. Oh,
all right. God. This is sad. Let's move on. All right, so as we discussed last week, there ain't shit for movies out. We don't really want to go see West Side Story. I mean, I will, if that's supposed to be some kind of punishment. But in terms of going to see an actual movie in an actual theater, we're just fucking out on that this week. And I'm trying to be better about that. I don't want us to have to go see shit that we don't care about. At least next week we got Spider-Man.
Spider-Man. Spider-Man. Yeah, let's go.
Props for the actually difficult one gotta go post, by the way. Because
it was difficult.
Yeah, I know. And usually you're just like, what would you rather eat? Or what's your favorite food that's gotta go? And it's like nachos, pizza, hot dogs, and a pile of steaming shit. And you're just like, which one's gotta go?
I didn't consult you guys because I was like, you know what? Screw this. I'm going to pick a good one right now. And everyone's going to know it's a good one. And I don't have to say that you guys gave me any input on it.
Great. I look at you as strong, independent woman.
Yeah. You got
all right.
the credit in the world, Mark.
Hold on. Are you guys did you even get your tickets to go see Spider-Man?
No.
I did.
Okay. Well, Smithers, we'll review it next week with you then.
What?
There's no way you're going to find a ticket. I looked last week and everything was almost full, like around us in the suburbs.
You think I can go at like noon on a Saturday?
Those two. I'm going at 3:00 on Thursday, and it was literally all full within 6 hours.
Not worried about it. Anyways, we decided that we were going to talk about some things that we actually enjoyed that we've been watching on TV. We're going to break this into two parts. Both will be as non-spoiler as we can be, but just be aware if you've never seen any of these and you're really interested that you should probably not listen. Or at least watch it and then come back and listen. Or just download. Just make sure you download. That's really the important part. But
I think they did at this point. But yeah.
I think we start with Hawkeye. Because Succession is broader ranging and weirder. But Hawkeye, I feel like we talked about briefly last week. But it's really hitting its stride right now. And they introduced some new characters. And there's some fuckery going on in the background. There's a lot of Easter eggs and stuff. So let's just, why don't we stop and see, Brick, what do you think is about to happen in Hawkeye?
He's going to have a fight with Florence Pugh.
Pube.
And then they're going to talk about it and be like, oh yeah, actually you're not that bad of a guy, blah, blah, blah. It's going to be Disney. That's.
Okay. So that's just how the season ends? Okay.
Yeah, they're going to team up at the very end. Realize they're not so bad after all.
Is this a spoiler nobody cares about, by the way, since Brick just dropped that?
Whatever. She was in the credits. We knew that she was going to be in the show. It's fine.
Okay.
So when a Black Widow shows up, you know that shit's about to go down, and things are really escalating at this point. I think that they're doing a great job of playing Haley Steinfeld and Jeremy Renner off of each other. And that's what I want to see more of. Because they are doing that thing that I thought they were going to do, where she tries to psychoanalyze him more and figure out like why he's not marketable, quote unquote. And I think that what just happened in this final episode with the Black Widow showing up is the catalyst for him to stop putting up with bullshit. And you kind of saw that when he was like, nope, this just got way too real. You're fucking out. You're done. So I'm really interested to see what the conflict is going to be there between getting her back, alongside of him and what it's going to take. If you're going off superhero movies, he gets captured and then Kate has to go save him. That's
kind of what happened, though.
Yeah, but not really. And now it has a chance to actually happen.
There's got to be a redemption path for, obviously, Kate Steinfeld's character. She's going to be involved as like the main super sidekick to him. But I like the little apprenticeship that they had through the first 4 episodes.
Mark, what's going to happen next?
I feel like Echo is going to switch sides at the end. It's going to be one of those like redeeming, she's really not that bad. It's just her upbringing and she's going to actually help them. It's going to be like one of those final scenes where she surprisingly turns and helps Hawkeye.
She realizes this has gotten out of hand.
Yeah. Why am I blanking on the Daredevil big boss dude's name? Kingpin. You guys think he's going to show up?
I would love that, but I don't think so. I think that it's picking up steam right now because he's tweeting about how good the show is, and he's tweeting about how he's excited for Charlie Cox, who's supposedly going to keep being Daredevil and all this other stuff. But I think he loves this universe, which is great. So I would love to see him make an appearance and come back. But I think if it does happen, we're a ways away.
So you're saying he's tweeting a little bit more, so people are speculating that he might show up like this is him kind of giving a nod to us, saying,
I think
like,
so.
Ooh, I really had a great time when I was acting and working with Charlie Cox.
I think he wants back in, and he's smart. I mean, think about how much money he probably made off of. Obviously, you hit your wagon to that.
You go from Netflix show to the Marvel Cinematic Universe, you get the buku bucks.
Mm-hmm.
And if they can evolve the Kingpin character, like they've been, I'm sure he's fantastic in the comics.
He's got to start bulking up. I want him to look like the Into the Spider-Verse Kingpin.
Yeah, the biggest famp of all time, zero neck.
Just the widest shoulders to ever exist. That's what I want.
How many moments do you think Hawkeye is going to almost die and Hawkgirl's going to almost die and Hawkeye's going to have to save her and almost get himself killed by doing it?
I'm trying not to
twice.
I'm trying not to be like, well, actually, it's not Hawkgirl, but it's definitely not Hawkgirl.
Who is it?
She's just Hawkeye. She's Kate Bishop Hawkeye. Hawkgirl is a DC character.
That's true.
Who's
That's
like
very
an actual
true.
Hawk, yeah.
Yeah.
So Hawkeye number 2.
Pizza
Or
Dog,
just Hawkeye.
right? Pizza Dog, the actual star of this.
Does he have one eye in the comics?
I don't think so, but he actually doesn't have one eye in real life either. That's CG.
I could tell that was CG.
That seems...
I just
Why?
broke Brick's brain. Do you see him right now? Do you see the
Why?
hamster on the wheel? Why would I be lying? There are pictures. Why would I fucking lie about that? That's the dumbest thing of all time.
I'm not saying you're lying. I'm saying why would they CGI?
Oh,
it?
I'm
It's
sorry.
not in the
I thought you said you're lying. Like that'd be the dumbest thing of all time to lie about.
Yeah,
Do
no,
you
I
feel
said why.
betrayed that they couldn't actually find a golden retriever with acting skills with one eye?
I feel
I
like
asked
that
if
would
he had
be
one eye in the comic. Does Pizza Dog have one eye in the comic? No. Then why did they CGI him with one eye for no reason?
sympathy.
Let's give this dog some character. No eye.
Pretty much make sure he's tough. It's like put an eye patch on somebody. I don't know what else to say about Hawkeye, really, other than I like that they're bringing in some of the lesser known characters, but they're not shoving them down your throat. So Jack Duquesne, who Kate Bishop's mom is dating, is actually swordsman in the comics. Jack Duquesne is he's a swordsman character. And like if you pay attention around his big ass villa apartment in New York City, you see there's fucking swords everywhere on the walls. Mm-hmm. There's an umbrella holder that had a bunch of swords sticking out of the top of it. So he is very clear that character. I don't know that they'll actually lean into that or not, but I do like his he gets all of his aphorisms wrong. They don't really talk about where he's from or like does he speak it differently? Like he's just that ambiguous foreign dude who fucks everything up, which I always think is a funny trope.
Proper English, he's a proper speaker, but there's like that broken translation that they kind of play in there. Yeah, I'm with you.
I think the problem I don't have a problem with the show yet, but the problem I think I might have with the show is they're gonna just do that typical villain reveal. Well, not a reveal, like we know this dude's shady, but in the last 2 episodes, he's gonna do something really shady. Hawkeye or Hawkgirl, I'll call her. Hawkeye
just call her
is
Kate.
Going to be impacted by this and try telling her mom, and the mom's going to deny it, and he's still going to put on the little show. She's not going to believe him. And then maybe the last episode, they're actually going to go at it head to head. And then I think Echo's going to switch sides. I don't know. I think it's just going to be a typical, predictable ending, but I hope it's not. But we'll see. I think he's going to show up as like the villain, though, at the end. I think he will be the main antagonist in this.
I think that you're right on a lot of things that you just said, including it's going to be a very predictable ending.
Is he going to dress up as the Ronin and then get publicly killed and then have it be his fake? He faked his own death so he can finally live in peace.
He should dress up one of the tracksuit guys in it and kill him.
Yeah,
Didn't he just like his character in the comics? Wasn't he just he just looked like a musketeer kind of, or Zorro?
The old? That was another nice little nod to the old school comics is when Kate draws the shitty costume that has like the big eyeglasses on it. Yeah, it's so stupid looking. That's what Hawkeye used. I have a shirt upstairs like with that picture of him on it. It's so bad looking. It's the most 90s shit of all time. But I don't really have much else to say about this. It's good. Watch it. And let's talk about Succession.
I like the inclusion too, the hearing impaired inclusion.
That is very much drawn from the comic books. He has some pretty bad explosions. I do like the way that they referred to it as well, the way that they kind of explained it. just by cutting back to a shitload of explosions and stuff like hitting him in the head. So that was good.
Yeah.
All right. Succession. So we just finished season 3 as of last night officially. I watched it. I stayed up later than I should have watching it, so I might have fallen asleep a little bit, but I think I got the gist of it. Season 3. First of all, Brick, tell me what you think of this season as compared to seasons 1 and 2.
It's different. I feel like Roman is a little bit more of the star in the third season comparatively. Like his role is getting bigger and bigger within the company because he's sided with Logan versus Kendall, who's kind of trying to, take down the king, if you will. Mm-hmm. So I like that him and Shiv are more involved. The overall relationship, the best part of the whole show is just Greg and Tom. I think their stupid relationship, cousin Greg the egg, and the other part of it, like you said,
Sporus.
The insults themselves are also just top tier.
I would make you my Sporus. Season 3 is absolutely much more focused on the characters themselves and what makes them the fucked up people that they are, as opposed to the prior 2 seasons where it was like, is the deal going to get done? Is the deal going to get done? No, it's not. Now it's going to get done, but will it? So I very much, there is still that aspect. Don't get me wrong. There is always a deal that is hanging in the balance, but
always.
This was much more, Brick, like you mentioned with Roman. Now you're exploring why he's such a pervert and weirdo.
Yeah.
Yeah. I do think they're, what people are not liking, my theory is just they're trying to progress the plot, and that means bringing in different outside sources. So before, it was usually we had just one person that was thinking about investing in the company or getting acquired or whatever it was.
It was an internal struggle within the company.
Now it's like we're going down the politics lane. So they're starting to introduce people in that lane, and now we're actually going into, buying out other companies and and shareholders too that are unhappy with how the stock's performing, but also this new company that they're looking to acquire. And they're going to start bringing, they're for sure going to keep Skarsgård around, is my point. They're going to bring in more characters, which they didn't really do in season 1 and 2. It was just very heavily focused on the relationships that they had with the family had with each other, how they interacted and how fucked up and dysfunctional and how much of sociopaths they were. Now I just think they need to bring in other people, and the audience is kind of like, wait, I liked what was happening before of just seeing Roman do fucking weird shit and Tom and Greg
the egg
doing their shit that they always do.
I personally think I like the alliances that are formed and how different players and different pieces have to adjust because they're family. They can adjust and just be like, yeah, you backstab me, but currently I need you more on my side than against you. So they just forgive each other. Like they were playing Monopoly in the season finale. And it's just like,
why weren't they playing with real cash?
Yes, they should have been playing with real cash.
This show is all about opulence, and that stupid yacht that they were on that was fucking ridiculous. You can't play Monopoly with real cash. Come on, you fucking cowards.
Absolutely should have played with real cash. That'd have been way cooler. And for her to be cheating would have been funny too.
Just play it off like whatever. So what? Like Brick, like you do.
Who doesn't cheat in Monopoly?
They pick the weirdest cameos to have. Elastigirl was just a company CEO for season 2. Adrian Brody shows up for one fucking episode and then he's just gone forever.
Maybe they come back. Who knows?
This is like Entourage level shit where it's just like, whoever's in Hollywood, you're on the lot today. Just get in here. We'll just do an episode.
Yeah, but I don't know. I feel like they're opening up the avenue for them to come back and be more involved in the next couple of seasons. They're kind of just like you said, they're exploring getting outside sources, having them be the external threat. So we're different kind of alliance that's be formed and to save the company from the deal. Always the deal.
It's always the deal.
I just think people are going to get sick of now Kendall's switching back over. Or if it's alliances within the family, they've done that every single season. I'm pretty sure where something really crazy has happened, where that person in the family had to either forcefully go to one side that they maybe weren't
You didn't
fond
finish
of
this,
doing,
you didn't finish
or
this
like
last
Kendall
season.
just fucking outing.
Yeah, you
fucking bad.
He didn't finish
can't.
last episode.
Yeah, if you didn't finish the episode, you can't
I
speculate.
have a feeling all the siblings are gonna
No comment.
stick together.
Just hold it to yourself. We don't need to talk about that.
Yeah.
The most shocking part of this season, I think we all agree on it. We don't even need to say it out loud, right?
Oh, the Roman scene?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was... I didn't need to see that, by the way.
I think that was some
You
of
know
the
what I
best
did?
acting I've ever seen. Ever. Like, to capture... For him to capture that kind of reaction.
Hang on, no. So you're telling me that Kieran Culkin is now surpassed Heath Ledger for you?
And Keanu Reeves and Nick Cage and Pig? Possibly. I honestly, though, he's one of my favorite, like, recent actors that have played a character development and like having a character study of this dude and how fucking insane he is and being able to.
He's playing
put
a
on this
slimeball
performance.
millionaire perfectly. Slimeball, scuzzball millionaire, pervert, piece of shit.
It really does
But,
come
like-
a little too easily.
Right.
Yeah, it's
But-
kind of scary, but I don't think he's like that. I don't know.
But there are like moments like when Kendall kind of explains to his siblings early on. I don't want to do this without spoiling it, but like he's joking around with Kendall because that's just kind of the only way he knows how to cheer him up, I guess. I don't know, like let loose of the situation. There's parts where he can tell he cares about his family still, even though they are all pieces of shit. They still
Huge
have
pieces
a
of shit.
priority.
Mm.
Yeah. But
And
I
one
like
of
the
the-
character development.
One of the children is having an existential crisis, realizing that person is a piece of shit, and I think that's going to make for good television in season 4.
Absolutely.
So going forward, this is going to get one more season, maybe 2, because I think that they're just going to wrap the story up. They can't just keep being like, oh, is the deal going to happen? Like, I'm over it. I don't care about that anymore. I really don't like that people are latching onto this, and it feels like they're getting the wrong message out of it. And it's sort of like the people who idolize Joker or whatever, and they're just like, you're not getting it. Like, these people suck. You don't want to be like them.
You mean idolizing Kendall and stuff?
Or yeah.
I just view it
Hard
as a
to
dark
idolize.
comedy. I just think it's so fucked up how this family functions.
Yeah,
And-
it's high society bullshit. People pulling strings, being assholes.
The most brick thing ever is having a birthday party where you pretend to be Jesus, because I could totally see you fucking doing that.
I needed to see that play out because I was gonna cringe so hard if he fucking did it. Oh my god, my soul would have crumpled in on itself.
I think it might have been worse if he had done his like rap singing thing. That one time when he just rapped for what the fuck was that about?
That was him trying to stay cool and relevant and brutally being terrible and off base.
Woof. Yeah, zero self-awareness there. But anyways, anything else on Succession? It's great. Watch it. And hate those people so much because they're all terrible. And there are people out there that are really like that, I promise.
People suck.
All right, let's wrap this up because it's getting late and it's Monday, and I actually have to go to work tomorrow for the first time, well, since today. But
Ever.
thanks for tuning in. Next week, obviously, will be Spider-Man. Very excited. Apparently, Mark thinks I won't be able to get a ticket. Maybe I'll just steal his. I don't care. But
Just look for an open seat. You know where those are.
the handicap seats? No, they won't
I
be
didn't
open
say
because
it.
you'll be there.
I didn't say it. You said it.
No, you've said like we have it on record of you saying it.
I
A
might
lot.
have said it in the past, but on this episode, I did not technically say it.
Fair enough.
But
that is
all
that
right,
is
got the right idea,
technically correct. But yeah, we should do our actual Succession draft this week and just post it to Insta. We don't have to do the full discussion and whatever. I don't even know what you would do. Just draft a character. Just who's the best on Succession.
Let me get that straight, though. Are we restarting a season? Is this season number 2 of the draft?
When we talked about this, it was
this was just a fake. Just
this
to
was
have it
outside of the
oh,
competition.
Outside of the competition. So this
Yeah.
doesn't count.
Who goes first?
We're not. I literally just said we're not doing it right now.
But I don't want redundancy.
You can have Kieran Culkin, you fucking weirdo.
No, I don't
Nobody
want
else wants him.
redundancy, though. That's not fun.
I
if we're, like,
won the
drafting
last
same
draft.
four
I go.
characters.
We won the last draft.
I never
so-
should have brought this up. Okay, I hate you guys, and I'm going to bed.
So,
Okay,
so
we'll
you
discuss it
want
in Discord.
both of Brick and I to obviously have Greg and Tom.
You can find us on all social media platforms at the Chumpcast. You can also call or text us at 847-920-6107. Thanks to everybody who made it out to C2E2 this week. Good to see some old friends there that I don't get to see very often. I don't know, I guess until next time.
If you voted for Brick in the last draft, you're the worst.
You're the best.
Jumps out, motherfucker.